We've given up a couple of really cheap goals. And when we have had our openings and our opportunities, we haven't shown enough devilment or guile. Like, in fairness to them, they get the first opportunity from our shot in the box, but by the time they reach our 18-yard box, the 1-2 is a good little bit of play. We've been in that position numerous times, and we haven't shown the same level of composure or guile to work and opening for ourselves.
So was today a tale of the two boxes?
I think the goals that we're good, like I said to you, I think we're well aware that they play on the counter attack. First goal is from a shot, and the second goal is from our long throw, which we should. We're in full control of the situation, and we turn it over a little bit too cheaply. So, it's a frustrating one.
Do you think you did enough to get a point?
Yeah, I think if you come away to it, you come away to Morecambe. Obviously, us and Morecambe are similar stature of clubs, and I think we'll be in a scrap and they'll be in a scrap. So when you come here, if you can't win it, don't get beat and don't cough up the opportunities that we did.
To be fair, Wade, it's not been that often that you've come out after a game and said you've given away cheap goals. It's unusual.
Yeah, no, defensively, we've been, over the course of the season, we've been excellent. But I don't think I'm kidding anyone on, or I don't think the lads will be surprised if won't be anything different to what they've been told in there. And I don't think they'll be shocked if they pick the echo up and see that I've described them as soft goals.
But what is it that Cheltenham Town need to do more of in order to score more goals?
I think in terms of, obviously I haven't got the stats from the game, but in terms of times we get the final third and opportunities areas that we get into, I think we're, in that aspect, we're absolutely fine. We haven't converted that into enough for all territory and ball we've had around their final third today. I don't think we've had enough shots on target, so we just have to keep working on it. Just have to keep putting the players in those situations in training and giving the opportunity to keep working and getting better at it.
If you were rating the overall performance, if you were rating the overall performance, what rating would you give it?
I wouldn't. I don't rate it out of. I don't sit and rate the performances out of 10. I'll watch the game. I'll analyse it. I'll look at, like I do with every game when we win, when we've been really good. I look at it and see what can we do better, and I'll do exactly the same with this one.
What sort of adjectives would you use to describe it?
Adjectives? You're beyond my level of education here, Pete. No idea.
How did you see the performance?
Like I said to you, I thought we coughed up really cheap goals. I don't know, that's the first question that you've asked me, so I can only give you the same answer, Pete.
So today, if everything's to be believed, was the last game for Dan and Linda, is that correct?
Yeah.
So how keen were you to keep him?
I think Dan's been good for us. I think we've been good for him. Obviously, I don't see any secret that he's, as far as I know, he's going to go to Bolton, which will be a different challenge, a different stimulus for him in his career, and that's what he feels. Him and Southampton feel that environment, that different type of challenge is what he needs at this stage. So I said to Dan a few weeks ago, whatever you decide, just make sure you keep giving your all, give your best. And if you do that, whatever you decide, if you decide to stay, well, brilliant. If you decide that somewhere else is what you need, we'll give you a hug and send you on your way and wish you all your best.
So how much of it is down to the player and how much is it down to the parent club here?
I don't know, is the honest answer, Pete. Obviously, I spoke with Dan. I think he's really enjoyed it. I think he recognises it's been really good for him. He's developed as a player and as a person. And I think if he was to stay with us till the end of the season, I think he would have been perfectly comfortable with that. But you got to respect that Bolton's a terrific club to play for as well.
So what's your plan now in the context of having lost a striker?
Get a striker.
How close?
I don't know, because obviously we trained and travelled yesterday.
But you must have spoken to Mickey.
Yeah, I've spoken to him, but I haven't spoken to him since yesterday afternoon, and obviously a lot can happen. A lot can happen between then and now. Generally, match days are on things. It's difficult to get anything done. So I wouldn't have thought there'd been any significant progression from what there was on Friday afternoon. But we're working on it.
The chairman seemed reasonably optimistic that you might get a couple of people in before the next league game. Would you share that optimism?
If the chairman says so, then yeah.
How many players do you think in the end you'll bring in the chance when they're ready?
I think it depends on. There's obviously certain positions that we. So obviously we've lost Dan. We're looking at centre forwards. Obviously the injury to Lewis has changed the focus a little bit, so we'll probably have to do something in that area. And then there's lots of variables on it from there. It depends. You don't know how much of the budget that's going to eat into and all the rest of it. But you know, we've got a squad that over the first 23, 24 games has shown it can compete. So we'll do what we always do, and we'll work with what we've got, and we'll give it a right good go.
Do you expect any or many departures?
Not imminently, no. Possibly one or two that have been on the fringe to go out on loan, but we've not got. I think the only person who was fit who wasn't in the squad today was Reece. So there's not bundles and bundles of leg room to manoeuvre the squad with.
Frustrating day today. Are you pleased that you've got what is quite an interesting and quite an important game on Tuesday night against Salford now?
Yeah. A big game for the football club. So again, but they're another. It doesn't get any easier. I think we've had 6 of the last 8 away from home, and that tallies up. But I think we go into a run now with a few more home games. Fixtures don't get any easier because I think that it's Derby, Plymouth, and Sheffield the next 3. So, but you know, we can either shy away from it, or it's what we've all collectively, it's what we worked so hard for, to be at this level and be playing against those teams. So, good game Tuesday. Good team. Will be a tough one. I think the dressing room will be wounded off the back of today, because obviously it's a big game for us, so they'll be hurting, and at least we've got a game on Tuesday where they can come out and vent the frustration.
Wade, thanks so much indeed.
Thank you.
Wade, how do you think Tom Bradbridge's first Football League start for him?
Yeah, we changed it because we wanted to change the shape. So I thought that without getting too technical, Watts kept dropping in. So we had our 3 centre-halves marking 1 player. So we decided to take a player out of the back line and move him further up the pitch. Partly for that, and partly because obviously we were getting another body higher at the pitch because we wanted to score a goal.
Yeah, I won't ask you for any adjectives, but how would you sum up Dan's loan? Because you had a glimpse of him at the start of last season. Obviously started very well, didn't he, before his injury. You really wanted to bring him back in. He's basically played every game he's been available for. Do you think you've helped him as much as he's helped you?
Yeah, certainly. He's a really talented boy. This, to all intents and purposes, he hasn't played a lot of football before this spell, obviously. He wears his heart on his sleeve. You can see he's emotional. Sometimes that gets a reaction, but he's a good kid. He's a good soul, and yeah, I think we've been really good for him.
It won't be the first time the players played, probably knowing they're going to be moving on soon. You know, happens all the time. But did you treat it today any differently? Did you have to get any assurances from him that he was fully focused on the job in hand?
No, I think we had a conversation 3 or 4 weeks ago, and he promised me that he was committed. He would give his all to his loan spell, and he's been good to his word.
Yeah. Alfie went straight down the tunnel after the game. I know, disappointed to lose the game, but is there any reason why he was particularly upset today?
No, I think he's probably frustrated, vexed a little bit. I haven't spoke to him, so I can't give you a full answer, but watching it, I think watching the game, he probably felt possibly a justification that there was a few decisions went against him a little bit unfairly. So I think just frustrated with that and the result, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was actually a very good goal, wasn't it? Good,
Yeah.
good ball and good finish, or two
Yeah,
good balls
yeah.
and good finish.
Yeah, good goal, good finish. That's 2-2 for Alfie now, so he struck a really rich vein of form this time last year, so that'd be welcome.
Yeah, he does tend to.
He's quite
he does tend
streaky,
to,
yeah.
doesn't
Yeah. And he's the type of character he's infectious. He's infectious and he's bubbly, so if we can get him playing on people's shoulders and being a pest and getting back up to full speed, then hopefully that will rub off on everybody.
Yeah, and I know you'll be thinking of Salford, but those next 3 league games that you mentioned, that's daunting, but why you wanted to be in this league, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not. I don't think we should be daunted by it. I think we have to be. We want to be in this league. We're going to play good teams and big clubs. So we'll have to look to get some points out of them.